All right, man. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all infinite honors, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Harakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone who rule and teach well, and to the other Akim out here pushing this truth into the four winds. Keep pushing, Akim. We almost out of here, man. I'm going to go into this quick lesson on the teeth of wild beasts. Kind of go into it and deal with it as a topic because if it's in the Bible, it's going to happen. And basically, what the prophets do is let you know that it's going to happen before it happens and kind of the build up according to the scriptures. All right. So let's get that scripture real quick. And this is in Sirach, the 39th chapter. And it's basically going into the different judgments that the Lord is going to put up on this place. And one of them is the teeth of wild beasts. And let me read it. But I'm going to read up a little bit, just for context sake. Sirach 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made him. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions and serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. Now, going into the teeth of wild beasts is going into animals, okay? And it's going into wild animals. Domesticated animals is going to, be led by the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai as well, and turn on their owners and turn on the neighbors and the kids and all of that too, for the same reason that the ones in the wild are going to go against their natural instincts and go against their natural behaviors and look at man as prey because it's unnatural and it's I'm not gonna say it's off. Well, if something is unnatural, it is off, but it's not going to be off in that time because the Lord is going to put the spirit on them to act like that. But it's also going to be things that's happening in nature that let you see why they're acting like that because Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai just doesn't wake up and snap his finger and do things. Things are planned and thought out before they happen. They were planned and thought out before he even created us, if you can receive that, right? So we just read that these animals are going to kill people. All right. Now let's see what can cause that in the physical and in the natural to make them want to attack man. And I'm gonna tell you why they don't do that. Why they don't attack man. Animals. I'm gonna say predators. Predators are looked up to, by man because of their fierceness and their ferociousness. But predators don't like a fight. A fight. All right. A predator is what an American would call a coward. It's not going to attack something that he thinks can hurt him and is smart, right? So, by man being bipedal animals, the word bi goes into two, pedal goes into your feet. We walk on 2 feet, and other animals walk on all fours, okay? By us walking on 2 feet, we look bigger, we look more intimidating, we look more fearful, we don't look like an easy meal. They might weigh more than us and all of this and that, but our uprightness is what the Lord put on them years ago to make them afraid of us standing upright. And that's why when bears get into certain situations and circumstances, they'll stand up to make themselves look bigger. So what's going to happen is unnatural, just like the other things that's listed in the in a list of judgments, like earthquakes in diverse places. Okay, but it's judgment. So let's read this. This is Jeremiah 50 and 38. A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up. Okay, so it's going to be a drought in the land. Right? The scripture said that you're not going to be able to eat, you're not going to be able to drink, you're not going to be able to go in the woods and go shoot a deer and go hunt for small game, and it's going to cause starvation. Right? If you can't go into the woods and hunt for wild game because they're extinct, not extinct, because they're diseased, because they've whatever the Lord puts on these animals to where they're not available for our consumption. They're not going to be available for the consumption of predators either. And it's three things that make a predator go outside of those behavior parameters, being afraid of humans and respecting humans. And as soon as they smell us, they basically get the hell on out of there. And that's why you don't really see them in the woods, but they are there. The whole time you're in there in the woods, they're there. They can smell you before they can actually see you, though. But it's three things that will make them go against that natural law or that natural order. And I'm not going to name these three things in no particular order or sequence. One thing that can make an animal go against his natural stance with humans is if he's sick and diseased or hurt. Sick, wounded, hurt, or diseased. They will attack you because they're desperate, right? They know they're on their last leg and their mind is not right. So a diseased animal will attack you. An injured and a hurt animal will attack you. Number two, an animal that has her young, or a family or a pack of animals that's traveling with their young, they will go against all of those natural things and they will attack you and kill you. Last but definitely not least, a hungry animal is a dangerous animal. A hungry animal don't care about no rules. A hungry animal does not care that you're standing upright when his stomach touching his back. Understand, the scriptures insult men that are not spiritual and liken them to animals because an animal can't control himself. An animal is base, and an animal is driven off of instinct, and they're based driven off of hunger, right? So when you have this animal that's driven off of hunger, and he comes against you, he sees you in the woods. He is going to not only kill you, he's going to kill you and devour you. Let me get Deuteronomy 32 and 24. And this is another, know, list of judgments going into how the Lord is going to deal with us because we're not listening to him. This is Deuteronomy 32 and 24. They shall be burnt with hunger and devoured with burning heat and with bitter destruction. I will also send the teeth of beasts upon them with the poison of the serpents of the dust. So you're going to have guys who call themselves fleeing into the mountains, fleeing into the wilderness to get away from Esau and to get away from this tyrannical government. But Yahweh Shem Yahushai is nowhere on their mind. What's going to happen is all of their hunting knowledge, all of their foraging knowledge, all of their experience in the bush, in the woods, is going to be for naught because they're not going to have the herbs to go and pick up and eat. It's not going to have the game out there to hunt. All right. And just like it's slim pickings for you, hunter, it's slim pickings for the predators that's accustomed to this game being in their territorial vicinity. And when you enter that vicinity, you will now open game. You are now the hunted and not the hunter. And they will attack you the same way that they attack small game. They're not just going to come out of the bush, out of the woods, and just run into you. They're going to circle you. They are very intelligent animals, and when they're hungry, they are goal oriented, and the goal is the flesh of your bones. Okay? And again, the Lord is going to put it on these animals to be successful in their hunts. Those little 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 6-year-old kids that you take out there in the woods with you, thinking that you're escaping the judgment of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, they're going to get it first. Animals don't like no fight. Predators don't like to put up no fight just to get a meal. They pick off the weak and they pick off the sickly and the scrawny. They pick off those that can't take care of themselves. All right? Then they work their way up. When the choices are limited, they still gonna try to eat, and they gonna eat, man. Let's get this. It's 2nd Ezra 15 and 57. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy cities shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. So in the field, in the woods, they're going to perish. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh and drink their own blood for very hunger of bread and thirst of water. And some people are going to be attacked by animals and eaten alive because you're too weak to get up and defend yourself because you're going to be starving. Some of you are going to be chased and run down and mauled. Some of you are going to watch your children get destroyed and ripped to shreds, and you're going to run and climb up a goddamn tree. And that bear going to come right up after your ass because you don't understand animal behavior. A tree can't save you in the woods, man. A bear could climb up a tree faster than you could climb up a ladder, bro. Okay? And it's a lot of animals out there that we don't even know about, man. Okay? I'm telling you, the deep woods is just like the deep ocean. Esau has not discovered everything in there. There's stuff in there that'll rip your head off, man. When you go to Ezra's, no, Salaki. When you go to Job, the 40th chapter, around the 15th verse on down, when it's talking about Behemoth, this is an animal. This is not a supernatural creature. This is an animal. It says his tail is hard as a tree, man. He's bulletproof. And guess what the scriptures say he lived? Matter of fact, we got to get that. We got to get that. This is Job 40 and 15. Behold, now Behemoth, which I made with thee, he eateth grass as an ox. So Behemoth is a vegetarian. Lo now, his strength is in his loins, and his force is in the navel of his belly. Now I've already taken the liberty of looking up this in the past in the NLT and basically saying what it's going into. It's telling you how strong he is. Okay, and it's telling you that he's ripped. He looks like a bodybuilder. Okay, he moveth his tail like a cedar, talking about like a tree. The sinews of his stones are wrapped together. Okay, and that's just going into his flesh. Like I said, just going to how strong. He's very strong, right? His bones are as strong as pieces of brass. His bones are like bars of iron. You can't break his bones with a firearm, with a bat, with a knife. You can shoot him all you want. And even though he's just a natural terrestrial animal, he's not supernatural. The flesh is wrapped around his body so tight and his muscles are so worked out that when a bullet hit it, I'm pretty sure it hurts, but it's not going to penetrate his flesh. So you just imagine how athletic he has to be. The stronger you are, the tighter your flesh is. And if you're not one of those bodybuilding guys and you have it proportionate, it makes you more athletic. Okay? He is the chief of the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. He that him can make his sword to approach unto him. Okay, let me go down to the bottom. All right, but no, that's not no. I'm gonna keep reading. Surely the mountains bring him for food where all the beasts of the field play. So he lives in the wilderness where you guys are gonna try to go run to. He lieth under the shady trees in the covert of the reed and fen. So he lives in the deep woods. Okay, where people are gonna go in the name of running from Esau. The shady trees cover him with their shadow. The willows of the brook compass him about. Behold, he drinketh up a river and hasteth not. He trusteth that he can draw up Jordan into his mouth. A river is to be respected, man. He is strong enough to stand in the river and not get pushed back and not get handled and tossed and about. That is crazy. He taketh it with his eyes, his nose peereth through snares. Okay, you can't capture him. Man, this is one beast that man will not ever be able to capture, and that's the reason that the Lord separated him from us, I guess, you know. But in the kingdom, it's going to be totally different. But there's more animals out there in that bush other than Behemoth. And when Behemoth gets his hands on you, he is going to kill you. Okay, but he's not going to eat you. When you go to verse 15, it tells you he's a vegetarian. Okay, he eats of the herbs. All right. And I got another scripture that I must have read over that I want to bring out. Hold on. He eateth the grass, and I say with sports the name. He moveth his tail, the sun knows of the stone, and forget his home, his chief. He that made him can make his sword to. All right, verse 19. He that made him can make his sword to approach unto him. All right, now let's get that in the NLT. The Lord is who made them. All right, this is the same verse in the NLT. It is a prime example of God's handiwork, and only its creator can threaten it. So, outside of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, nobody can beat this animal. And it's a terrestrial animal, it's just an animal. Outside of the Lord Himself, man can't beat this animal. Jacob's trouble is going to be something else, man. It's going to be something else. If he's a bulletproof animal, there's other bulletproof animals out there too. And that's me speaking as a man. That's me speaking as a man. Okay? But there are other animals out there that we don't know nothing about. And the Lord is going to protect the men of the Lord is going to protect his sons and his real servants in that time. Okay, those animals are going to probably more than likely help us. But for you two-thirds and for you other nations, you're going to get ripped to shreds out there, man. Okay. With that, I hope this was edifying, and I want to give all infinite honors, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakwakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and to the other Akim out there pushing this truth into the four winds. Keep pushing, Akim, Kwam Yasharala, a ball, Till next time.